Hi, my name is Leslie from Berry Birdie, and today I'm going to share with you how to make a pincushion in a glass container. Now this container is actually called a milk glass container because it resembles milk, and they can be found at secondhand stores and antique stores, sometimes even on Etsy. So first of all, you want to start with whatever it is that you want for the front of your pincushion. In this case, I've just chosen a Dresden. And I've stitched it on the front of some fabric with some batting behind it. And this is just because it makes a really smooth surface and a smooth look on the top of your pincushion when it has the batting on the back. Now, this container is 4.5 inches diameter. And so you want to make your piece twice that. So this is about 9 inches in diameter. And all I did was just take a lid and drew a circle and then cut it out. Once you have that ready, then you want to take some upholstery thread or some really thick quilting thread and double knot it on the end. And this is what you're going to use to stitch around the outer edge. And you just need to do a really big stitch. It doesn't have to be anything special. And just stitch the running stitch all the way around. And this is so we can gather it up to create the pincushion shape. It's like a little pillow shape. Now it really doesn't matter so much what your front fabric is going to be because it is hidden underneath. So you can see there's just a small little bit of fabric here. It is nice to use white though so that it doesn't show up underneath, like a darker fabric would show up underneath in the milk glass. So you just want to do this running stitch all the way around. And before you get started, you also might want to pull out your glue gun and plug it in so that it's ready for you, because once we have this stuffed like a little pillow, then we just use the glue gun to help attach it to the container. And it may seem funny, but it actually holds very well the pincushion fabric into the container really well. So just gather up your fabric here. It helps to use this really thick thread because once you pull it super hard to gather it up, you don't want it to snap because then you have to re-stitch it again. So just gently pull the threads to create your little pillow shape. And then you don't want to pull it too tight yet because you want to put your stuffing in there. So just stuff it into the sides. Make sure it's really good on this in the sides first. And you can always do a quick check just to see how it's going to fit in there. It's looking pretty good. Okay, so as you're pulling it and tightening it here, you can kind of see that there's a couple spots where the batting isn't quite as tight, especially over here. You can see it's kind of flopped down in there, and that's what you're going to want to fill. You're going to want to make sure it's nice and tight all the way around. Now when you're getting close to it being filled enough, you can just test it again here in the bowl. Just looking pretty good here. Then you're going to want to start to close your hole a bit here. So you're going to want to start to stitch across. And you can see it's kind of a little bit finicky because you want it to still stay gathered. That's why the thick thread is helpful in this case. And then just stitch it back and forth until you can pull it nice and tight. And you may need to add a little bit more batting in there. And sometimes you can even just use a pair of scissors and sort of shuffle the batting around as you need to. You can kind of just push it around. So I'm just going to knot this now so that I can check and see how well it's holding up. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. Get my container here. Need a little bit more on the side. Just gonna squeeze some more in there. And it's really good to make it nice and firm, so don't be afraid to keep adding more batting. So I've got a really nice shape here on this side, but still need a little bit more here. Okay, so when you've got it all stuffed evenly and it looks like a fairly rounded pillow, then you want to just test it out one last time in your container. Looks good. Now we're going to use a lot of glue, and you want to just really feed it in there. You don't want to get it too close to the top edges, however, because you don't want it to show along the edge. So once you've covered the bottom, then center your little pillow and push down super hard in there. Really squish it in there good. And there you have your pincushion. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Please make sure you follow me, and you can also see my posts on Instagram at berry_birdie.